Hi, I'm talking today about the 4 best buys as standard pricing goes in the knife world. Now without doubt, sometimes there will be specials which make other knives better buys than these, but I'm just going on standard value principles. Best value for materials, for action and general quality in knives. These are all going to be under 70 Australian dollars, probably therefore under about 45 American dollars. These are my favourites. So I'm going to get the first one out of the way because I don't actually have it with me right now, and that's the Kaiser V3 Vigor knife. It's an EDC folding knife, 3-inch blade. I've given mine to my father-in-law. It is a brilliant knife, G10 handles, VG10 steel, very very smooth opening in my example. You can see a review of the knife that I had down below. That's number 1. You'll get that for about 75 Australian dollars. Very very good buy for the other knives that are on offer at that price point still. Second blade is the Ontop Rat number 1. This is a good full-size knife and its quality is obvious from anyone who's watched YouTube regarding knives more than a few minutes. It's a AUS8 blade, it's fully flat ground and it is truly like multi-purpose. If you're a larger person you could probably quite happily everyday carry this knife. It's a tad big for me, but I think it is a great hiking, camping, food prep companion knife. Without a doubt it is a taskmaster. Very high quality levels, good thick liners make it a nice strongly locking knife. AUS8 steel, easy to maintain, very very comfortable grip, not super easy on the eyes, but there you go, sheer practicality. The next level up from this knife I think is like a paramilitary 2, something similar that isn't particularly handsome but super practical, just a lot more expensive of course. Very very good deal for the money, the Rat 1. You'll pay about $60 to $70 in Australia for this, around $30 apparently in America, so you're lucky over there. The third great buy is the Buck Vantage Select. This is a American made 420 HC knife in the sort of subcompact to EDC size range, very similar size really to your Kaiser V3 V3 Vigor rather than Vantage. This is a little flipper knife. It's got reasonable flipping action. It's not the best. It needs a little bit of oil before you get it to you know, this level, but even when you get out of the box you can charge and flick it open. Good fun to play with. Very small knife, has one of the best pocket clips going at the moment. You just swap it over, screws in from the top, goes full deep carry, lots of wide area, so no screws sticking out from the side to hang up in your pocket there. One of the best clips going. Good strong lockup. Nylon handles, so that's the lower cost feature, and 420 HC steel, which is again a lower cost sort of feature of a knife. However, this is the famous Buck 420 HC, so it is a fair bit better than the standard stuff you get from Gerber or from Leatherman or any of the other American companies that use 420 HC. It's a patented heat treatment. It's quite a disarmingly small knife. I actually thought it was going to be a bit bigger, but I'll have my full thoughts in the review, but the review is going to be positive because this is a very good value little knife. 46 Australian dollars from AussieKnives.com, or however much you pay in America. I would assume about $20 or something, given that's the price in Australia. Yeah, I really highly recommend it. It's got a thumb hole opening, it's got a flipper opening, great pocket clip, solid lockup. It's a bit on the small side, but you know, compact EDC is definitely a niche of knife, so there you go, the Buck Vantage Select. And lastly, truly one of my favourite knives all year, the Real Steel E571. This is a good deal. This is a stainless steel handle. This is 14C28N blade steel, so probably the best out of all the blade steels I've talked about so far. Definitely up there with VG10. I would argue a bit better. Really good flipping action straight out of the box. Great flat ground blade with lots of belly and a very fine point. 2 different pocket clips. It comes with the black one, but it also comes with this cool gold one, which looks great in the pocket. It is deep carry, but a bit of the knife protrudes. Very good frame locking lockup, and one of these little dealies to lock the knife open. So if that's your bag, then that's something you also get. But this is a crazy good deal for those materials. For a much bigger knife than the Kaiser Vantage, it's not Vantage Vigor, it costs about the same amount, so about $70 in Australia. I'm thinking probably about $40 in America, depending on where you look. So those are my 4 favourite low-cost, high value knives. Just imagine the Kaiser is there as well for the complete picture. Alright guys, I'll see you later.